As many of you know, I like Bernie Sanders a lot. I think he has great policies. He's one of the most progressive candidates running, along with Elizabeth Warren. I'd be thrilled for Bernie Sanders to be the Democratic nominee and take on Donald Trump. But when people I like do something I disagree with, I say it. And Bernie Sanders has made a major mistake in naming a woman named Linda Sarsour as a campaign surrogate. Now, I know I'm going to get crushed for this by a sliver of the left. People may cancel paid memberships. They'll be angry that I have the audacity to call out a woman who happens to be Muslim, an identity politics argument. But I am making the effort not to self-censor, and I just see this as a mistake. Linda Sarsour is from the toxic wing of the American left. She is someone who has played coy with and refused to denounce anti-Semitic Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan. She is someone who has participated in marginalizing Jewish women in her role as founder of the Women's March, which I've previously talked about. I don't believe Bernie Sanders should have anything to do with Linda Sarsour. This is simply a mistake, plain and simple. The Bernie campaign over the weekend tweeted a video of Linda Sarsour speaking, where she is identified merely as a civil rights activist and 2020 surrogate of Bernie Sanders. But the truth is that she has a very, very ugly past. Again, Linda Sarsour is a founder of the Women's March. She's one of the three founders I've told you about before, along with Tamika Mallory and Bob Bland, who allowed anti-Semitism to pervade the movement, who didn't consider Jewish women important to the movement and marginalized them, who played coy and were cozy with anti-Semitic extremist Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan, who I've widely denounced before. And it shouldn't be difficult. Anyone who cares about civil rights and non-discrimination and inclusion, no matter what your political ideology is, you should just denounce Louis Farrakhan. It shouldn't be difficult. And Bernie should have nothing to do with this. And in fact, she has blamed white women for the anti-abortion heartbeat bill that Georgia tried to pass. She has defended Sharia law in a series of tweets trying to put a positive spin on it. Other left and Democratic groups have figured this out. For example, the DNC ended its support of the Women's March over exactly what I've described to you before. Having people like Linda Sarsour in the picture is what hurts our own credibility. I don't care about Linda Sarsour personally. This is about what this does to the movement to have people like this involved. Even on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, it quite frankly doesn't seem like Linda Sarsour and Bernie Sanders are on the same page. Bernie has repeated many times, when Israel is attacked by rockets, it has a right to defend itself. He makes clear he's not going to play the demonization games that lots of people like Linda Sarsour play. We just don't need them. All of the productive views that Linda Sarsour might hold are held by plenty of people who aren't toxic and who aren't associated with people like Louis Farrakhan. She wants Medicare for all. Great. So do I. She wants tuition-free college and a $15 minimum wage. Lots of people on the left do. There's no reason to make her a surrogate for Bernie Sanders. It's not my left. I'm actually surprised this is even something that Bernie Sanders would entertain, given his track record. He may simply have no idea what's going on with Linda Sarsour, but I would encourage the left not to dabble with this toxic wing, because there is literally no upside. There's no policy upside. There's no ideological upside. There's no public relations upside. Even if you don't personally find Linda Sarsour problematic, even though I believe that you should, there is no strategic argument to be made for her involvement in Bernie Sanders' campaign, period. Now, if you disagree with me, let me know, but try to do it in a way that's respectful, right? Let's see if you can actually do that, because I know exactly what I'm bracing for by even talking about this. Make sure you're following The David Pakman Show on Instagram at David Pakman Show. While you're there, follow me on Instagram at David.Pakman.